my name's Faith Bernard, the holistic entrepreneur, and today I have the great pleasure to interview a friend and a fellow colleague, Peter Kauhausen from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. Welcome to this interview tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Isn't this fun that we can do this? It's amazing.
It's awesome.
So, Pete, I've been wanting to interview you for a while. You are such an amazing human being. You're a businessman, had a very successful business, you have a beautiful wife who's a yoga instructor and kids, and you live in a beautiful city, and you decided to get involved with network marketing, partly because you had an amazing product experience. I know that was probably the door that you probably went through first. But you've really caught the bug of entrepreneurship and wanting to have a higher quality of life in our baby boomer years, so to speak, as we continue to get age gracefully and get really work with healthy aging. We want to have quality of life, and that also means having financial options. So one of the things that I think a lot of network marketing professionals and amateurs alike struggle with is, how do I build a following, how do I connect with people online, and how do I support my business to be in front of people that are looking for what I have to offer. So I know you just recently started doing podcasting, and you are a gifted podcaster. You have a great voice, you're an incredible storyteller, and I really enjoyed. I was like, on the edge of my seat listening to your story, going, oh my God, Pete has found his special talent, right, for reaching out in the marketplace and offering value. So tell me a little bit about, let's talk a little bit about your journey in network marketing, sort of a little bit about your background prior to getting involved with the network marketing profession, and then just sort of the evolution and where you're at now with podcasting, and I know you have a business page on Facebook. You're really branching out in a lot of ways. So share a little bit of your process, a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Thank you, Faith. It actually started quite a number of years ago when I was in the hospitality industry. For a number of years, I was in hospitality. As a matter of fact, I was in the hospitality industry for over 45 years. The last 25 of those years were spent in as a union representative, traveling throughout British Columbia, as well, excuse me, as well as Canada as a whole, but mostly here in British Columbia. And it was pretty tense. It was pretty edgy life here at home, so on and so forth. My wife and I, my wife Sherry and I, we have tried in the past to do some network marketing. Because I wanted to get out of the racket that I was in, because it wasn't a very healthy environment that I was involved in. So we're always looking for avenues to get out. And network marketing was something that, there's something that you could make for yourself. You can make some money here where you don't have to do what you have to do. And so we tried it a few times and it didn't work. So we got pretty discouraged. We didn't try anything anymore until a number of years ago, let's say 8 years ago, something happened that I needed to take a look at myself and, just take a look at the whole aspect of my life, my family life, so on and so forth. I was ready to pack it all in when this opportunity came along. And being the kind of person that I am, I want to challenge you and I want to challenge your company at the same time. So I'm going to follow directions for whatever is being told to me. And when this opportunity came along, I said, we're not going to do this because it doesn't work, and I'll prove to you it doesn't work. And that was the start of a journey, because within 5 days of me getting involved with this opportunity, I saw astounding results, and those results have been with me from there on in. It's going on 8 years now.
Wow.
But I was very, very satisfied with the results. And I was always asked about taking a look at the opportunity, and I vetoed that. Both Sherry and I says, no, we're not going to get involved with that because it's not our thing. We don't, it doesn't work for us. We tried these other things, and this is not going to work for us either. But the amazing thing is the things that were happening was we were attracting people to us because of some of the results that were happening. And because of those results, we started seeing some residual income coming into the mail. We were getting tips in no time. And we decided, well, we're going to take a look at it. And 8 months after getting into this opportunity, we started doing it as a business. And it was a slow process. It was a bit of a process where, like I was always around meeting people here, there, and everything else, so it wasn't that big of a challenge. So I would just turn around and meet somebody and say, well, look, talk to my wife. I'm too busy doing what I'm doing here. You talk to my wife and that kind of thing. And things just progressed from there. So I guess there was a period of time where I also started questioning myself because, when you're not really comfortable living the way that you're all of a sudden living because you've never lived that way before. And it's like, wow, what's going on here? So and the way I was raised is always, you got to get a good job, got to get a good education, you got to work your 40 hours a week, you get a good paying job, good look after your family, and that's it. So that's the kind of message that and when I started making a little bit of money here, well, that's not really me. So I started turning around, going back the other way, and say, wait a minute, there's a little bit we got to cool it a little bit here, right? Didn't talk to many people after that, but then still the business grew a little bit here. And the fortunate thing about all this is that I was able to, 4 years ago, retire from the job that I had because of the income that was coming in, the residual income that was coming in, allowed me to be able to turn around to that particular job I had and say, look, enough is enough, I'm out of here. And being able to live comfortably, more comfortably than I did before. So that got us really involved into doing the network marketing a little bit more. It's taken on such a turn in the last little while here, it's like a sponge. You want to learn everything that there possibly is. And if there's any and I was always sort of scared about social media. Social media is like, people sitting behind the desk, sitting behind the computer, hiding here and there. But, the amazing thing is the amount of people I've gotten to meet, not just locally, not just you yourself and a few of other friends, but I'm able to talk to people all over the world. And that's the amazing part. Never did I realize that the world is so small until the internet came along. And social media is able to assist in that by getting you connected here, there, and everywhere else. So I, along with my wife Sherry, we decided we're going to take a look into this really, really strongly about what social media can do for us. We got Facebook pages. We have LinkedIn. I'm very, very active on LinkedIn. And I'll just give you a real quick little rundown here. I took a look at the beginning of January. I had 2,161 connections. That doesn't really sound like too many, 2161, because a lot of people have a lot more than that. But the amazing thing is this little, what do you want to call it, this little journey that I'm on right now for the past just about 12 days now, since January the 1, January 1 till now, the last 13 days, my total is over 2,276. So that's over 115, I think it is, over 115 connections from the 1st of the month till the 13th. So you'd be surprised how many connections you can make, but where you actually communicate with them. That's the amazing part.
Yes.
If you communicate with them on the telephone, you communicate with them on the computer, and it's just communication all the way along. So that's what I really spend a lot of my time is LinkedIn, and I think it's just fantastic. That has allowed me to broaden my horizons a little bit to go to do some podcasts. But prior to the podcast, what I was doing, I had a business page on my own on Facebook called Network Marketing Tips with Peter K. And those were giving out tips. I did little video clips every day since July the 1st of this past year. From July 1st till the end of the year, I did, well, how many days is that? I forget, 100, just about 200 videos. 200 videos, just based on daily clips. So I was putting those up. Now that's my YouTube page. Then I got, like I said, about maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I got really attracted to podcasting. And I've had about 7 shows now. Excuse me just a minute. Excuse me. I had about 7 shows now. What I might call it the Hey, Lighten Up, Live Healthy, Live Longer podcast with your host, Peter Kauhausen. And it's a fantastic little podcast. It's designed for the, it's for everybody, but it's actually designed for the seniors, the baby boomers, as you called it earlier on.
Right.
It's designed for them because, they also got to stay healthy. And if we don't stay healthy in our old age or in our senior years, and senior years start from the age of 55, believe it or not, but a lot of people from 55 to 65 don't do squat, right? And there's a lot of exercises that they can do. There's a lot of things that you can do. And so I run this little podcast just based on that, how to live a healthy lifestyle with the elderly, with the age, us seniors, us baby boomers. But it also covers not just fitness. It looks after financial health, anything that can be healthy. And there's also an opportunity there for seniors that are retiring from their jobs now to also get a bit of extra wealth. Because Faith, that 40 doesn't work anymore. The 40 hours a week, 40 years.
It's broken, isn't it?
It's broken, man. So there's an awful lot, and I just heard something the other day that the average senior lives on $30,000 a year. So that's a pretty tough haul to go on, $30,000 a year. And if there was an opportunity there for them, that's the network marketing profession as a whole. There are so many opportunities out there, and I'll tell you one thing. I am happy. I am very, very glad network marketing profession this year because it's allowed me to do what I want to do, be my own boss, run my own hours, but yet to meet awesome, awesome people and help them improve their lives. And that's what it's all about.
You're so right about that. It's really like network marketing has come of age. And truly, I was so impressed with the film that Eric Ray helped put together, the documentary called The Rise of the Entrepreneur, when Robert Kiyosaki... Yeah, excellent film. Robert Kiyosaki said that he felt that network marketing would actually save America. And, I agree with him. I really, truly believe our business model is going to be the salvation of the economies all over the world. And you've branched out as, quote, a baby boomer, just like me, to the online world. So you can say you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Exactly.
That's not true.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right.
And I think we should be really proud of ourselves. Both of us are stepping out there in a big way on the social platforms. And like you said, LinkedIn is a gold mine. I think it's brilliant. It's, I try to explain to people, LinkedIn is like an online chamber of commerce event. Yes. And you're networking with all these people. And everyone wants to really contribute back and forth with each other. I really find that people are very open. They want to hear about opportunities. They want to make new relationships. It's just refreshing. I mean, I love Facebook, but LinkedIn, everyone's there to do business with each other and to help each other and to collaborate and all of that. And so I'm like going, oh my God, here's LinkedIn. I've been involved all these years, and now it's all really coming together. And I guess it's because we're all growing as well. I, again, love your podcast. I'm going to make sure that before we end this interview this evening that you state the name of the podcast, how people can get access to your podcast, and also how to find you on Facebook and your website. So you've got a few things to give out there.
An awful lot here. Boy, oh boy.
Well, I want to make sure people can find you. And that's really it, isn't it? Learning to be of service, right? Offering great content on the web that's valuable for people, that enhances their lives, and to really build that trusted advisor, really showing people that we care about them, and then through providing valuable content, invariably when the timing's right for that individual, they'll reach out to us. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I think they call that attraction marketing.
Exactly.
We're attracting people. And someone I've been studying with, Terry Grimaud, and I think he said in his daily mode of operation, he has his passive marketing, which is more of the attraction marketing model, but he does have his active marketing where he's reaching out and picking up the phone and connecting with people. And I think a good balance of those two. And that's pretty much what you've been finding as well, right, Pete?
That's correct, and that's one of the things I try and do is, and I post a lot of articles on LinkedIn. So once people comment on that, I turn around and connect with them outside of the column there. But I also ask them. I've talked to people in Mexico because of the articles that I've posted and what we thought about it and so on and so forth. So we get into these dialogues, and that's what it all boils down to: is you don't spend your time typing back and forth with each other. The idea is to get on the telephone. You know, I had a phone call today from an individual who says, "Hey, Pete, I really want to thank you very much for that email that you sent me, but it's something that, that I was in network marketing 20 years ago, and it just didn't work for me." And I says, "Well, that's fine if it didn't work for you 20 years ago, but, the industry or the profession of network marketing has really, really changed. The way it is today is not the way it was 20 years ago." And she says to me, she says, "What do you mean by that?" And I says, "Well, today," I said, I'm not here to sell you or anybody else. I'm a tour guide. I'm going to introduce you to what's available to you. If it's for you, great, we can talk. If it's not for you, it's no big deal." She said, "Oh, you're kidding." She said, "Well, I have to know more about that." So because of the simple way you've turned some words around and you make it look, it's there for you. It's got nothing to do with me. It's there for you. They're open to it a lot more.
Oh, it's so true. And, I think because in the early days of network marketing, it was family and friends. Every family event, you were talking about your opportunity or product, or, and it got to the point where, it got to be a turnoff for people. But now, because of the internet, because of marketing tools, because of the ability to interconnect on social platforms, we bring a lot more marketing as well as networking to the table, but people don't feel limited. They don't feel like, oh, I've got my 20 friends and I've run through them, no one's interested, so what am I going to do? Now there's an endless number of possibilities. You're just exposing people as being a tour guide, piquing interest, being a tour guide, and then they go through the prosperity pipeline. Some of them will come out, some of them will say this is not for me or not the right timing, and it's all good because at the end of the day, there's plenty of people that are ready, willing, and able. So, Pete, any last thoughts, any parting thoughts that you want to share with our audience tonight? And again, be sure to include the information how they can reach you.
All I can really, well, thanks, Faith. I really appreciated the opportunity to do this. The only thing I can really suggest to anybody is, this is not an overnight success. There are some people that might be that fortunate, but it's not like that whatsoever. There's a little bit of work involved, and if you consistently do your DOMs, or daily modes of operation, DMOs, you do those on a consistent basis, and stick to them, things are going to work out really well for you. Right. So that's the only thing I can say is this is a wonderful, beautiful profession. I really love it. I'm glad I stuck around to get involved with it, and I'm glad where I'm at today. So you betcha. Network marketing is rocking and rolling. It's here to stay. People can get a hold of me on
really
on
is, and what you said about the daily mode of operation is huge. That's a huge takeaway for everybody that's watching this video. And so, Pete Kauhausen, how do people reach you?
They can get a hold of me on Facebook at Pete Kauhausen, just the way it sounds. Actually, the last name is spelled Kauhausen, and they can reach me, like I said, Pete Kauhausen. They can also reach me at Peter Kauhausen on LinkedIn, the same way. I got a blog, and they can reach me at peterkauhausen.com. But what I'm really, really sort of focusing on right now, like I said, is my podcast. My podcast is up on iTunes. Like I said, I have, I think there's 5 or 6 shows on iTunes right now already. And you can either go, here's HPK, just punch in HPK, and or you can go to hey, lighten up, live healthy, live longer.
Hey, lighten up, live healthy, live longer. That's got a ring to it.
You
I
betcha.
like it.
That's right. It's
I
hey,
still
lighten up, live
like
healthy, live longer.
that. That makes me want to dance, Pete.
Well, you should listen to the music that starts off with it too. It's just a rocking and a rolling.
I love it. Man,
Yeah.
you are just so much fun. I just can't tell you. I just love you
Thank you.
guys.
Thank
Oh, I'm
you.
so grateful. Any rate, they know how to reach you. They've got your name. I will include your name and blog, website in the description area of this. And I will get this recording to you right away. Again, I want to thank everyone that's watching this. Please connect with Pete. You will not regret it. And again, I look forward to doing more videos with you, Pete, and have a wonderful evening to you and everyone else who's watching this video. Thanks,
Likewise. Thank you,
everyone.
Faith. All the best to you, and we'll talk to you real soon.
You too.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I certainly do. Bye-bye now.